I know what it feels like to have the experience of not feeling connected at school, of not feeling like there are adults looking out for you and caring about you, to feel like you're just floating through and nobody really cares and nobody's really looking out for you, and it's not a good experience for a kid to have to go through. That was my why for becoming a school counselor.
Hello to our school community members. Our goal in the Woodland Joint Unified School District is to provide a learning environment that is positive, predictable, and safe, all while addressing the social-emotional needs of all of our students. When addressing mental health, we aim to provide our school communities with awareness, knowledge, and skills to best support all members in our community. We appreciate your continued efforts to create the safest learning environment for our students.
When it comes to a school site with staff, the administration, it's important to build strong relationships. I think as a psychologist, you get to work one-on-one, and I really enjoy that. You can take your time with a student and you rapport build. That's very important. Because the relationships aren't built overnight. That time matters.
When building a healthy relationship with the student, the first thing that I do is I try to make them feel comfortable. Sometimes I just follow my gut instinct. If they seem like they're uncomfortable, then I will acknowledge that they're nervous and I'll tell them you're not in trouble. I'm just checking in with you to make sure that you're okay. 10 times out of 10, they usually want me to come back and check in with them again. So I think that they do feel comfortable around me.
I have trust issues because of how I grew up, but I really trust her. People break my trust, I lose my respect for them. No matter who it is, I will lose my respect for them because of what they do to me. But with her, I feel comfortable around her, I trust her. Like, I can even trust her with my life. That's how much I trust her.
I think that anytime that you look at teachers, there's a lot of that emphasis on relationship building. And specifically when you look at our students who have special needs and disabilities, who need that special education support, there's more of that emphasis on there, especially when you get to secondary, middle school, and high school, because they've built up a lot of walls, a lot of barriers around not wanting to lose face with their peers, right?
It's critical that the adults model the exact same types of relationship interactions that we want the kids to display. In working with kids, the relationship is really everything. I would say there's a lot of work to do. It's challenging to go into classrooms and see a lot of kids disengaged. And I think that the situations that the kids have been asked to learn in for the last 2 years have challenged them to feel connected to something. And we're asking them to do a lot of difficult things that they don't want to do. Pay attention to this difficult concept. There, you can see kids that kind of go along with it because, that's what you're supposed to do. You go to school and you sit quietly and you do this stuff. But I appreciate that the district is focusing on this because I think that that's a huge step forward. But it means that I think we got a long road.
I have great empathy for teachers. What they are going through and what they're doing, especially during the time of COVID, takes a different kind of skill set.
I wanted to get into law because I wanted to help people who were in situations where they couldn't help themselves, right, to navigate that system. And so when I decided to go into schools, special ed really drew that out about being able to help people who don't have that same kind of support system.
And I teach the kids during our meetings that conflict can actually strengthen relationships and conflict can actually be a good thing. It's not always negative. When you work through conflict, you can actually have a stronger, healthier relationship as a result of knowing each other better and being able to work together stronger after a conflict.
The most important thing that I tell them when we start a conflict resolution piece is to think about their role, you. The you that's a part of the problem. There's so much, I think, in relationships where something doesn't go right and where people get frustrated and upset, and it's always like them. It's a lot easier for us to work on us because we can control that.
I know there's a lot of work, but the reason I show up is any little bit, any little seemingly insignificant interaction I can have with a child that builds a relationship is something. It's better than nothing.
My message to my younger self, to someone who's shy or introverted, I think I would tell you, don't worry, you're building on yourself. Give yourself time and you'll get there.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Should you or anyone you know find yourself in need of support, please reach out to a trusted adult. or visit our district social and emotional wellness page, where you will find a variety of mental health resources. If you or someone you know is struggling with substance abuse, you can receive support through Recovery Happens or Care Solace. This message is brought to you by the Department of Student Support Services.